think when you're talking about Whistler, and this comes down to the deeper nuances that a local mountain biker knows. The rocks are jagged, the roots are slippery, the trails are steep, but it has a different flavor than all the other stages. Along the way, the dirt changes from the clay base of the Fraser Valley to the North Shore's ladder bridges to the slabs of Squamish, and suddenly you get to this Whistler location. They leave the exposed rock, and it's different rock than we've seen all the way through. They're sharp, they're jagged, they cut, they slice, and you feel a different type of riding arrive when you ride the Whistler Valley trails. It's magnificent.
I went down to Robson Cycles and I bought myself a Nishiki Bushwhacker, and that was my first mountain bike, and that was 1983, I think. I was part of the early group that came into it, and I sat on the board very early on and started up the Looney races and started all that thing going to get people going. And I think it's a big part of life in the community. It's people value it, they value what we do. I'm still on the board of WARCA as the advocacy director 31 years later, and I still think it's important to have that institutional memory involved in the organization, even though some of the guys think I make a lot of the shit up.
Yeah, I started Riders Eyewear back in '86 right here in Whistler. That was pretty much my life for 36 years. And I was looking for some race or some community that I could, you know, bring our glasses to and help out and yeah, sponsor. And that's, you know, I said, fuck, this sounds like a perfect marriage. BC Bike Race and Riders.
Well, I met Dean in the back of his executive motorhome in the parking lot of the Husky in Creekside when he, you know, brought the idea of BC Bike Race to me. And I thought, you know, this is so cool, somebody's into co-opetition. Right? He's putting on an event, I put on an event, you know, but we'd worked on things over the years and we collaborated on trail projects and different stuff, so it was a good thing.
My name's Sandra Walters. I'm from Coquitlam, BC. And what was the third thing?
My name's Sandra Walters. This is my bike. Should I do it again?
I need some more air in my
Come on, Geoff. Well, I've been riding mountain bikes for a very long time. I just turned 40 this year, which is hard to admit, but it happened. And basically I did my first ever mountain bike race when I was 16 years old, and I've been racing ever since. My specialty is cross-country Olympic mountain biking, but that has evolved a lot over the years. The sport has evolved like crazy. But I've also had the chance to do really cool events, like I did BCBR in 2009, and that was super special because you're experiencing your home trails in a different way, and you know, you're sharing it with hundreds of other people who have never been here before, so you get to see that through their eyes, and it's pretty stunning and pretty cool to be able to share that awesomeness with everybody else.
Yeah, so it's actually in early 2000, my introduction to stage race mountain biking was through Trans Rockies, and I think that was 2008. I didn't make the Olympic team, and I got kind of added to Trans Rockies team last minute, and it really changed my perspective as far as what I wanted to do with my career. You know, I was bummed about not making the Olympic team, and I walked out of this event feeling like, well, I don't need to be at the Olympics to really enjoy mountain bike racing, you know. And that was really big eye-opener. So the very next summer, I got to actually compete BCBR for the first time ever, and that was 2009. And ever since, I've been coming back and racing the solo category and really enjoying the event. And even though I've raced all around the world on all kinds of different stuff, I have to say BC keeps me honest, you know, because every time you come, the trails kind of kick your butt and remind you that the learning curve for mountain biking, it's just, the job's never done.
So biking's been a big part of my life. I've started, well, I'm in my mid-30s now, so I've been sort of biking and bike racing for about 20 years or so. And that evolved from cross-country
side of things, cross-country Olympic to be specific. And then when I was kind of fading out of that, kind of transitioned into stage racing. So I started doing the multi-day cross-country mountain bike races. And first one I did just kind of caught my enthusiasm and realized it was a bit more than just biking. There was a lot more to it, I found, and it really sort of fit me a lot better, I find, and my background and everything else. So then I got addicted to that and started doing, 7-day Trans Rockies, BC Bike Race, Trans Costa Rica, all these races, and it was just found that was really where I found my sort of passion in mountain biking. So moved from Ontario to BC. Why BC? Selfishly, we have some of the best mountain biking, I think, in the world. And going back to my history of racing, I've ridden my mountain bike and road bike all over the world. Europe, South America, North America, Oceanias, and the experience is great for the traveling and the culture and people and driving on the wrong side of the road. That's all cool, but the core mountain biking is it's hard to beat here. I think BC Bike Race and stage racing, I think that's really sort of, taken what we want from mountain biking and really turned it into, something more and actually something that has had an impact on the bike industry. And I think more importantly, for people like me and yourself and other, ex-racers, it's something that obviously we can relate to and go and do and race our bikes. But I think for a lot of people that don't have that background of cross-country bike racing or downhill bike racing or any sort of competitive cycling, whether it be road or mountain or downhill, this is now something that they can do. They strap the number plate on and they can go and race their bikes for 7 days and make of it what they want and have a great time and be amongst a racing crowd and it be a bike race. Because ultimately we're all in it for the same thing. We're all in it to ride bikes and have fun, and on all levels, and it's all relative. And I appreciate the people that are riding at the back, and the people appreciate, everyone riding at the front, and it's pretty special to see that connection, because there definitely is that connection, and I think it's good for the sport, and I think there's just it's just going to evolve into more, better, and more people into it. So I think it's a great thing.
Hey, Marty, what you doing? Looking for the gold, digging for gold. Can't seem to find it. Whistler Brewing, there it is. Ooh.
I think the whole essence of the culture of BC Bike Race, and certainly for myself, but a lot of the core buddies that are still involved with BC Bike Race, it's like live life to the fullest. Yeah, and have fun, play, and inspire other people. I think, that's what's going to get us through the tough times. We got to come back and remember that, because it's so easy to fall out of that right now with all the stuff going on. But when you get out in the bush with your bros, or your girlfriends, your wives, whoever, your kids, now our kids are growing up. I think what BC Bike Race represents is one of those ingredients that's going to be super important for us moving forward. Yeah.